Hey everyone, it's Shirt of ChromaGlitch, and today we're taking a look at Pine, A Story of Loss by Made Up Games. In Pine, A Story of Loss, players will take on the role of a woodworker struggling with the passing of his wife. Players will help him attempt to remember his late wife and care for himself and his now empty home. The gameplay in Pine, A Story of Loss is straightforward to jump into, and players can complete the game within a few hours. Mechanics-wise, Pine can be played with just a mouse. Most interactions players will do involve moving the mouse side to side and occasionally clicking buttons. This really puts a focus on the story. A cool detail with the more minimalist mechanics was how, when interacting with broken objects, it would get progressively harder to move the icon with the mouse. At first I thought my mouse was dying, but once I realized it was the game itself, I was impressed with the design choice and frustrated, which was relatable to the character at that moment. There are several puzzle mini-games during sequences of the story that do a great job keeping a gameplay session fresh. These puzzles also give players a look at the type of person the wife was in the husband's eyes and makes both characters relatable. The art style in Pine is beautiful. Looking at the backgrounds and scenery feels like looking at a painting. Everything feels like it belongs in a storybook. While Pine is a shorter game, it does not hold back any punches when it comes to impact. There is no dialogue in Pine, however the visuals and soundtrack perfectly captures how grief can impact someone in their day-to-day life. Pine also does an amazing job illustrating the stages of grief. There are moments in the game that may make some players tear up, especially anyone who has experienced the loss of a loved one. When I reached the end of the game, I broke down and had to take a walk before working on the review any further. That is how relatable the story is. Overall, Pine, A Story of Loss is a beautifully crafted game that tackles a very complex emotion and mental state. Pine is very story-driven and powerfully uses visuals and sound design. The gameplay is very accessible, and the game can easily be completed in one play session. This is one of those games that can make players cry easily with how relatable the emotions of the characters are. If you enjoy making yourself cry and playing games like Venba and Behind the Frame, you should wishlist Pine, A Story of Loss and give it a try once it releases. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like and comment, and if you want to see more indie game recommendations, be sure to follow.